Technology is wearing you down slowly and surely, but also with you knowing, at least subconsciously. A lot of people are abandoning themselves, then wondering why everything feels so bad, evil, hideous, annoying, tiring in their life. But people are simply abandoning themselves. They're giving up reasons to live and to fight anything because this is how a sick society controls everyone. It provides everything in such a way that people simply forget what they are. And society itself tries to make itself look as if they are going to be the saviors. People have been expecting God to save them for thousands of years, but strangely it never happened. Yes? People who offered themselves as martyrs, they only suffered, well, a pretty difficult death. At least they had the conviction, but that's the only thing they took with them. Yes? The karmic structure of that conviction. And nowadays, when you look at people, it's the same karmic structure that we inherit from our ancestors: guilt, shame, not feeling good of your own skin, not feeling good in your own skin. See, I told people this is the biggest issue that many people have. First and foremost is lack of attention, but most important beyond that, I would say, is not feeling good in your own skin. When people don't feel good in their own skin, they feel itchy all the time. Yes, your karma does not allow you to stand still if you don't feel good in your own skin. That is easily observable in women, most likely. Because with women, if they don't feel good in their skin, what happens? They're always looking for something. They're always interested in distracting themselves with something. They're always seeking the noise. Yes? It's like they should be the rulers of their own emotions, but emotion is the last thing that you'll probably ever find. That is, if you'll even find some. And that is the point. When people don't feel good about themselves, they feel like distractions are needed. It's always been like that. But society has developed technology in such a way that you just don't make use of it as a self distraction tool. You make use of it as a self destructive tool. Yes, technology becomes the most addictive, self destructive tool ever. Because everything that you are given provides so much noise to the mind that it simply makes you feel that something's going on in your mind, that something's going on in your life. You feel like you're going through progress. But the problem is, it is slowly and surely wearing you down. It is tiring you. The more information you consume, what does it do? It clogs your mind. ASMR that you listen, it clogs down your mind. Everything that you put as a noise in your mind, it only serves one purpose. Your mind will constantly create more and more thoughts based on what you feed it. Once you feed it all the reels, all the stupid things, it's no wonder you're gonna have weird dreams. And some people even confuse them for some prophetic inspiration or the such. Dreams are usually a way of the body to, well, a result of the ways that the body uses to simply cleanse itself of all the junk that we put in it. Just like it cleanses itself while we sleep, presupposedly that we sleep well. A lot of people oversleep, which is already a sign of, well, lack of health or, well, diminishing health. And people ask me, why is it that everything is so freaking bad? See, the point is, when you tell people the truth or something that they are experiencing because you are sensitive enough to observe it in them, they will find 100 reasons to prove you wrong. And it's like, dude, you are like an open book for me. In many situations, people are simply like that because I see the same depressions, the same problems, issues that we all go through. But when you tell them that, they wish you were not that capable at analyzing things, on observing them, on pattern recognition and the such. I always tell them, see, it's my upbringing. I always needed that for my own psychological survival. So it's understandable, I tell them back, that you came to ask me something hoping that I would give you a beautiful lie. Well, if you need that, just keep doing your own life. Because our life is only mainly represented by our own personal lies. Yes, they are collective lies. We have all been living by them as if they are our new Bible. It's always been like that. Our ancestors and parents and people around us are like that, and other generations, hopefully not. They will not be like that, but this is probably what we're gonna pass down as a generation. Because whether they are other people's ideas, self-limitations, angers, issues, unsolved problems, delayed problems and the such, we also pick up on them. Once we pick up on them, they are ours. They are our responsibility because now suddenly they are in your system. Yes? And well, when they are in your own system, that's your responsibility to handle. But a lot of people simply seek technology as a new drug. It is the new marijuana, I guess. It is the new illegal substance, yes, that one can abuse because in the end it can always be shrugged off. And it's way more perverse. Because after a hangover, you feel horrible for a while. After a drug abuse, you feel horrible for a while. But after technology use, well, you can shrug it off because your eyes may hurt a bit, your head may be a bit dizzy, your mind may be a bit clogged, but you can simply live through. Yes, you can simply still keep pushing on in your video game or still watch another full season of your favorite episodes and the such, or watch, doom scroll for other 4, 5, 6, 7 hours and then wonder why your mind is always full, why your mind is always broken, why your mind is so noisy, why there's always something bad about you. Because the point about this sick society is very simple. Everything you deny that is true and that is hurting you, every little bit of that has been specifically and carefully calculated to make you feel and think exactly like that. There have been people who volunteered for such things, yes? And as they volunteered, they experienced those things. And the people who agreed to create mass media and as such, well, they agreed to also never allow their children to do that. So maybe they knew that. They knew something was wrong. And then when you ask for yourself, why is it called media, right? The word media has a very interesting etymology. It stems from the goddess Medea, the name Medea, which was the goddess for manipulation. It's literally calling itself mass manipulation. But people are trying to convince me of the otherwise, and not because they're fools or stupid. Many people aren't like that, even if they wish to show themselves like that. Because when people don't like themselves, when they don't feel good in their skin, they would agree that others would make fun of them. And that would be the least attention that they feel worthy of receiving. There are some people who actually think like that and act like that. Yes, they would make fun of themselves, hoping that people laugh at them, because that's the least amount of energy and, well, attention that they feel worthy of receiving. Many of the problems in one's life stem from not feeling good in your own skin, from not really being how to put it, somewhat contempt with what you're doing. It doesn't mean that you have to be, comfortable with what you're doing. But when you feel unworthy of everything that you have, that's already being content. Yes? Because people say, but they don't want to be content. But the question is, where do you want to be with your life? Because your life is going to be soon over. Maybe 20 years, 40 years, 100 years, it's still gonna feel soon after that time has passed. And given how fast time is flying nowadays, because back in the times you could play for like 10 fucking hours, the day would still feel like it was a day. Nowadays you farted, 5 minutes already passed. You turn on your computer, it's the 21st century, it's like super technology, it opens up almost instantly. You look at the watch, 1 minute already passed. It feels like even your computer is turning on slower than back in the times, in the 90s when you were turning on your, Windows 95 or Windows 98 PC, and it did those typical sounds and you had to wait for like 30 seconds to boot up and the such. Nowadays they boot up almost instantly, especially with SSDs, but it feels like ages are passing by. And well, it is the nature of thing. The less you feel comfortable in your own skin, the more you feel that time flies by because you can't anchor yourself in reality. And you're always going to be a victim of imaginaries, as I call them. Yes? Imagined visions, ideas, all sorts of things that, well, you're becoming used to distracting yourself with. So hopefully this video raised a bit of awareness. You're appreciated, take care, enjoy life. This being said, Ferenjan Board signing out.